Shalom and God bless. There are claims online, in writing, in books, that Jesus was a Muslim. He prayed like Muslim. He fasted like Muslim. He wore clothes like Muslim and sort of stuff like Muslim. Today I'm going to ask a few questions for Muslim to give us evidence of what they are saying, if it's true or not. Now, my question number one is this. Where in the Quran is Jesus or Isa bin Maryam showing performing salat in the Islamic form with ruku, ruku, bowing, sujud, prostrate, or tashahud? I need a verse in the Quran. It has to be from the Quran that Isa bin Maryam is doing this. He's praying like Muslim. He's doing ruku. He's doing sujud and tashahud. It has to come from the Quran if the Quran is true. And if Isa bin Maryam was truly a Muslim. Question number two. Where does the Quran say that Jesus faced Kaaba in Mecca when praying? Because Islam claimed that Kaaba was built by Abraham, who lived many, many years before Jesus, thousands of years before Jesus. That means Kaaba was existing. Now, I want a verse from the Quran, since Jesus declared he was a Muslim, and he did everything like Muslim. The verse must come from the Quran that Isa bin Maryam praying while facing Mecca. That is question number two. I will expect Muslim will honor by using the Quran to answer me. Question number three. Where does the Quran state that Jesus fasted Ramadan? If Isa bin Maryam, Muslims say Jesus was a Muslim and he fasted like us. So where in the Quran Isa bin Maryam is fasting Ramadan? I need a verse from the Quran. Don't go to the Bible. The Bible is ours. Your book is Quran. So I need these answers. All of my questions, the answers must come from the Quran. Only the Quran, since the Quran is the final revelation of Allah, is more broad, is more clearer than the Bible. So I need the answers from the Quran. Jesus as well is fasting Ramadan. Question number four. Where does the Quran say Jesus kept Islamic dietary laws, halal, haram, meat regulation? That Jesus, they say, Muslims say, Jesus did eat pork, pigs. I need a verse from the Quran where it says Isa bin Maryam did not eat pork and pigs. It has to be from the Quran. Don't go to the Bible and Deuteronomy say, oh, the book of Deuteronomy is... No. I want these questions to be answered by verses and or ayat only from the Quran. And by the way, if truly you follow Jesus Christ, why do you eat camel meat? Why do you eat rabbits? Why the same Deuteronomy that prohibit eating pork, the verse near underneath, it says don't eat camel, don't eat rabbit. It's the same Torah of Moses. So I need answers from the Quran that say Jesus performed Islamic dietary by not eating pork, meat, whatever. But it has to come from the Quran. Verse must be Quran. Question number 5. Where does the Quran say Jesus perform wudu, ablution, before prayer? Muslim, when you pray, you perform, you wash your hands and blah, 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 your face, your ears, your mouth, whatever, all that foolishness. I needed these evidence from the Quran that Isa bin Maryam was performing wudu, ablution. It has to be in the Quran. Otherwise, Isa bin Maryam of the Quran was not a Muslim. Because all this question I'm asking is regarding the Isa bin Maryam of the Quran. As a Muslim, the Quran should show us and or tell us this is what he performed, this is what he did. So I need this thing from the Quran. Number 6, if Islamic prayer is eternal, why is it absent from all the prophet before Muhammad? Why is it absent? We don't see all this ritual of Islamic prayers, Islamic rituals of doing what, we don't see them before Muhammad. They all came when Muhammad here. So why are they missing? I need the Quran to answer me by telling me why the Quran is missing that information and not telling us other prophet in the Torah, other prophet in the Zabur, other prophet in the gospel, why they never performed the Islamic legal system of prayer. Another one, how can Jesus practice Islam when Sharia legal system did not exist yet? Did not yet exist. How can he be a Muslim? How was he executing Sharia? There was no Sharia at the time of Jesus. These all questions must be answered from the Quran so that I can believe that Jesus was a Muslim. Now, if Jesus practiced Islam exactly as Muhammad taught it, why is the Quran silent about it? Why we don't see Jesus doing these rituals? Why the Quran is silent? Isa bin Maryam practiced Islam. That's what you claim. Why all those rituals of Islamic practice are not in the Quran? That Isa bin Maryam is fasting Ramadan in the Quran. Isa bin Maryam is doing the Salat in the Quran. Isa bin Maryam is wearing a certain cloth in the Quran. Isa bin Maryam has those bears in the Quran. Because these are the argument Muslims say that, oh, Isa bin Maryam was a Muslim. He had this, he had that, like us. I want to show me those evidence in the Quran. Don't go to the Bible because the Bible belongs to us. Let your Quran support your claims that Isa bin Maryam in fact was a Muslim. Final. If Jesus, now erase Isa. If Jesus never prayed like Muslim, never fasted like Muslim, the Ramadan, never faced Makkah praying like Muslim, or follow Sharia, on what basis is he called a Muslim? On what basis is he called a Muslim? I love Muslims to answer me by using the Quran. All of my questions, the answers might be from the Quran. If you can show me from the Quran and support the lies you say Jesus was a Muslim, I will convert and be a Muslim. But I want the very Quran you claim it is to support the lies, the notion, the bunch of Malaki, the mambo jumbo, the bogus and baseless claim that Jesus was a Muslim. The answer must come from the Quran. Give it to me as I ask. I convert to be a Muslim. Dr. Maxwell here. Shalom.